Hi there, it's Sandy, your sister and your friend. Welcome to today's video. I recently posted a video that included 12 practices that I like to remind myself to do. And some of my friends asked if I would do a video that was just on the 12 practices. So that's what I'm doing here today. So these are things that help me feel grounded and that I know that I have a living relationship with God. Here we go. Number one, I remind myself repeatedly of my oneness with God. This is critical for all of us because we were born into this world through a veil of forgetfulness. So we just need to remind ourselves often. I will sometimes walk past a mirror and say, I am one with God. Nothing can ever separate me from my Creator. Or if I'm feeling particularly playful, I will say, oh, here's God showing up as Sandy. Number two, I set an intention to operate on a higher frequency. Setting this intention actually helps me shift my mindset from someone who operates at lower levels of consciousness to one who wants to be at the higher frequencies of peace and love and joy. And then I just pay attention and notice when I feel like I'm slipping into some of the lower frequencies, and I just reset my intention here. And reframe my mindset. Number three, I take an honest assessment of what I'm giving my attention to. There are a million ways to get distracted in this world, particularly by scrolling on my phone. I hardly ever watch the news because I recognize that my attention is the currency of this day and age that we're living in. So to counterbalance wasting time, I set aside 30 to 60 minutes at least a day to listen to or read higher conscious material. That way, when I'm just thinking, doing other things, and I'm contemplating, there'll be something in what I read or listened to for me to give some thought to, and that just reinforces these higher thoughts. Number four, I practice using words that only align with the truth of what God says about me, of me being one with Him. So anytime I start a sentence with I am, I have to be very careful about how I finish it because I am is the name of God. So I need to only say things about me that align with what God says. And He says that we're all His children, lost and wandering in a confusing and confused world, but never alone. So I can always state that I am beloved and abundant, among other things. Number five, I set aside 15 to 30 minutes to meditate in stillness each morning, the first thing I do when I get up. Usually I can feel my body vibrating and maybe relaxing simultaneously, or sometimes I don't feel anything, and that's okay too. So I just let all my egoic thoughts just go through my mind, trying not to attach to any of them, just let them float on by. Sometimes there's a different thought, though, that I recognize as coming from God's Spirit, and those things I will ask what to do about those because I know those are coming to me as wisdom for me to take inspired action. So those things I do hold on to. I can tell any days that I don't start my day like this because I have a really different experience in the world. This one just enlivens me and just makes my heart happy. Number six, when I pray, I don't beg an outside force to do something to change the world for me. I pray from the energy and the belief that I already have what I'm praying for. I know that God has already given me everything I need for this life and for godliness. So I don't really need anything. I just need to stay in that belief and feel the feelings associated with having everything that God has given me. And I do this similarly when I pray for other people. I hold space for them to see them as a brother or sister who is whole and complete and healthy in every way, abundant in all things. They may not see themselves that way yet, but I continue to hold that space for them. Number seven, I practice gratitude and kindness because I know there's always something to be grateful for. I'm grateful for my heart beating itself, for my lungs breathing themselves, and I know I can share a kind word with a family member or with a stranger, and that can really make somebody's day. I know that because when they share with me, it makes my day too. Number eight, I spend more time physically interacting with nature to get more grounded. I particularly like touching and holding and hugging trees because of their deep rootedness. and I receive the higher electromagnetic energy that they have within them because they share a root system in their environment. And that's a higher electromagnetic system there. So I share my consciousness with them, and they share that energy with me. It's a beautiful symbiotic relationship. Number 9, I serve other people in ways where I feel a particular calling from God. So I sit bedside with people who are in the later stages of life and don't have family or friends to sit with them. I also help to plan meetings where we discuss topics similar to this here today, so that we can have these important conversations. And doing videos on this channel is a service to you, but it's first a service to me. I recognize that giving and receiving are actually the same thing. Number 10, I pay attention to any time I feel like something or someone has triggered a negative reaction from me or pushed one of my buttons. This could be a family member or a driver in the car next to me, or even the rain because I wanted it to be a sunny day on my birthday. Any little twinge in my solar plexus that moves me out of my natural state of happiness deserves to be looked at. The universe sent something into my life as a catalyst, and I want to spend the time to look at that. So I'm going to hit pause, and ask the question, what did the comment or this situation hit in me? And as each old emotion gets triggered organically, I look at it, I name it, and thank today's experience for showing me something that needed to be let go of. Every triggering experience is raw material for my spiritual growth. Number 11, I practice forgiveness the way A Course in Miracles outlines it. That is, I'm not forgiving anyone for their sins that they've committed in this world, but for forgetting who they are. We all make mistakes, and there are consequences to our mistakes, but they don't have eternal consequences. We can forgive the way Jesus forgave on the cross when he said, Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. They just forgot who they are, because now fear condemns and love forgives always, all the time. And through forgiveness, I will remember that every brother and sister, everybody out there is my brother and sister, and I can forgive them, because forgiveness releases us from this world of illusions. And it is actually our function here and the means by which we save all of our brothers and sisters, and they save us. And finally, number 12, I've begun to identify the times when I'm sending energy out into the world that doesn't align with my Christ self, with love itself. So when I notice that the energy that I just sent out doesn't come from the right source, I ask, well, who is this? My Christ self can easily identify who just showed up. It's either my negatively polarized shadow self that was never allowed to be seen, or my positively polarized protector self that was the front man protecting the shadow. In this 3D world of duality, we experience both dark and light, the shadow and the protector. And my Christ self is on a rescue mission to reclaim and love all parts of my humanness. And this is how we discover that we have no bad parts. We can allow every part of us to be seen, balanced, and integrated. And this is a big part of the process of becoming wholly human while knowing ourselves as the divine Christ. So these are the practices that help me experience a living relationship with my inner authority, with my sovereignty, my sovereign self. So I plan to listen to this over and over because I need to be reminded all the time. So please join me, because the salvation of the world depends on us. God bless you. Subscribe if you haven't. Hit the like button. Bye-bye.